Hello and welcome to our special broadcast Clash of the Titans. India and New Zealand in the finals of the Champions Trophy will be a big game today. The head-to-head record favors India, and last 5 ODIs, India have beaten New Zealand, but you can't take this team lightly. Two best teams in the tournament are playing the finals of the ICC Champions Trophy 2025, and this is India's third consecutive finals of the Champions Trophy. Can India lift it after 12 years? Can India do it once again? We'll try to analyze all of this. My name is Abhishek Mahajan, and with me is my colleague Deepika.
Thanks, Abhishek. So the next 1 hour is going to be really interesting when we talk about it. And it is going to be an action-packed hour as we will get you latest news, views, analysis and preview of the upcoming Super Clash with our reporters who will be joining us from all across India, live inputs from Dubai with an expert as well. And the much-awaited, anticipated match will not only add another glory to the winning team's cabinet, but for Team India, this will also decide the fate of Rohit Sharma and co. And indeed, we all are bleeding blue today. Isn't it, Abhishek?
Absolutely. We are wearing blue. I'm wearing India on my chest. And let's now get quickly started. Clash of the Titans. Right, so big game coming up between India and New Zealand. Big final clash. The match will start at 2:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And both teams have taken contrasting routes to the summit clash. But history suggests that this could be yet another classic Indo-Kiwi encounter. India, led by Rohit Sharma, have dominated throughout the tournament, relying on their balanced attack, which features a 4-pronged spin force and a dependable top order. They breezed past Pakistan, Bangladesh and New Zealand in the group stages before overcoming Australia in the semis. New Zealand, always punching above their weight in ICC tournaments, have had to fight through a more challenging road. They lost to India in their final group game after victories against Pakistan and Bangladesh booked them a spot in the semis. They then defeated South Africa in the semi-finals. New Zealand will be confident in their ability to break India's dream of reclaiming the Champions Trophy after 12 long years. So India versus New Zealand. India are ahead in head-to-head against New Zealand, and India have beaten New Zealand in the last 5 one-day international encounters also.
So now the stage is all set for a thrilling finale as India and New Zealand gear up to face each other in the ICC Champions Trophy 2025 Super Finale at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium today. The stakes couldn't be higher as both the cricketing giants compete for one of cricket's most coveted titles. Let's now take a look at this pre-match preview.
India and New Zealand have faced each other 119 times in ODIs, with India winning 61 matches and New Zealand securing 50 victories. The final on Sunday will decide who will have the edge in the Champions Trophy head-to-head, as both teams are tied at 1-1 in the event. Their most recent encounter in this tournament was during the group stage, where India defeated New Zealand convincingly by 44 runs. India has been in dominant form throughout the tournament, remaining unbeaten in the group stage and the knockout round. They started their campaign with a commanding win over Bangladesh, followed by a clinical performance against Pakistan. In the semi-finals, India outclassed Australia with a stellar performance from the bowling unit led by Mohammad Shami, Varun Chakravarti and Kuldeep Yadav. New Zealand's path to the final has been a story of resilience and tactical brilliance. Except for the loss against India, Kiwis secured comfortable wins over Pakistan and Bangladesh in the group stage. In the knockout clash, they stunned South Africa with a comprehensive victory, driven by their disciplined bowling attack and a composed batting performance from Kane Williamson and Rachin Ravindra. For India, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli hold the key to providing stability and big match experience. Mohammad Shami and Kuldeep Yadav will lead the bowling charge, with Varun Chakravarti's mystery spin being a potential game changer. For New Zealand, Kane Williamson's calm presence at the crease and Darryl Mitchell's consistency will be vital. Mitchell Satner's left-arm spin could be crucial in Dubai's conditions. India will be looking to end their 12-year wait, having last won the Champions Trophy in 2013 under MS Dhoni's leadership. For New Zealand, this is an opportunity to win a second Champions Trophy and add a major white ball title to their name after a long time. With both teams in top form and history on the line, the Champions Trophy 2025 final promises to be a thrilling encounter. Sports Desk, DD India.
And India's dominant run in the 2025 ICC Champions Trophy has sparked debates about whether they have an unfair advantage by playing all the matches at one venue in Dubai. But does this claim really hold up? A closer look at the facts suggests otherwise.
There have been discussion about whether India has an unfair advantage in the 2025 ICC Champions Trophy by playing all their matches at one venue in Dubai. Former cricketers like Nasir Hussain, Michael Atherton, David Miller and Rassi van der Dusen have raised concern about India's perceived advantage in Dubai, and many current cricketers also said this. However, a closer look at the fact shows that this claim does not hold much ground. Firstly, even though India played at the same stadium, they played on the different pitches in each match, and the behavior of these surfaces varied significantly. This means they had to adapt to the changing condition every time, just like any other team. Secondly, India's practice sessions took place at the ICC Academy in Dubai, where playing conditions are totally different from the main stadium where they are playing, and they weren't getting extra familiarity with the match pitch. Meanwhile, teams playing in Pakistan have had the benefit of clear traffic routes, while in Dubai, Indian team has faced traffic delays while traveling for their practice sessions before the match and during the match day also. If you talk about also the travel time from Pakistan to Dubai, it's around 2 hours, and it's not a big deal for the teams to travel. It's also worth noting that the 2023 ODI World Cup, India played at 10 different venues across the country, whereas some teams during the tournament played consecutively many matches at the same ground. So India never complained at that time. Meanwhile, India's captain Rohit Sharma dismisses these claims, stating that Dubai is not their home ground and they have had to adapt to different pitches for each match. And he welcomes the challenging condition, believing that it makes the contest more interesting. Meanwhile, Chitashis Pujara, India's star test batter, also disagrees with the notion of an unfair advantage. He points out that Champions Trophy schedule was finalized week before the tournament and Dubai was chosen for the logistical convenience. Pujara believes the real advantage lies in team's talent, particularly its depth in spin bowling, and India has a fantastic spin bowling attack. All in all, cricket is about skill, strategy and execution on the field, not about making excuses. India's success in this tournament is a result of their top quality cricket, not so-called advantage.
And to bring you a quick analysis of the game today, we have with us Mr. Rakesh Rao, who's a senior sports journalist. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us here at this exclusive broadcast. When we talk about today's game, sir, we just saw the report also that how they are being criticized for being favoured when we talk about venue. And when we talk about the pitch also, the final picture has come out where we can see a lot of cracks on the pitch also. This is going to be a spinner's delight. What do you have to say about the venue selection and the pitch condition favouring or unfavouring both the teams? What do you have to say about it?
Deepika, I think it's the most ridiculous accusation that I have heard in years. Tell me, India is playing at a venue where they continue to lose tosses. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, that means you don't, tosses, yeah. 14 losses on the trot. Yeah. You know, what kind of a probability is that? I mean, when you look at, one single toss, the probability is 50-50. 14 out of 14? Can you even, you know, consider that? That is an improbability, it's absurd. But anyways, Indians haven't complained. Yeah. Now you look at all those guys who've been talking about India having an unfair advantage. Who are these guys? Teams which has lost. Teams, England, Australia, not so much Australia, South Africa. Why? I mean, South Africa hasn't even played India. Now the point is, here what I'm trying to just underline is, Pakistanis have been cribbing about it and that is not hard to, you know, understand. But just look at the facts just one more time. What if Indians had agreed to go to Pakistan when Pakistan and the ICC assured India that we are going to give you Lahore as your venue? Indians could also fly in and fly out from Amritsar if the need be. That was an option given to them. In that case also, India would have played all their league matches at one venue. and would have also played the semi-finals there and probably the final because it was already listed there. But the point is, why crib? We are not dictating the pace of the game because we are not winning the toss. A. B. We have won the big moments in every single match. It is not that it was a cruise for India. Indians were in trouble. We did our best. We actually extricated ourselves out of the hole. Nobody is giving us credit for that. And if, players like Nazir Hussain, Atherton, and I respect them immensely for their analysis. They know the game. If they turn around and say that Indians have unfair advantage. Advantage, yes, no question about it. Unfair advantage, a strict no. So I'm not the one who is going to subscribe to this view because I think it's absolutely, I repeat, it's a ridiculous accusation on India, and Rohit has very smartly and rightly put it aside.
And same question was asked from Gautam Gambhir at the press conference, Rakesh ji, and he said that we are practicing at the ICC Academy.
Exactly.
Which is altogether a different pitch. I mean, and also if we go back in 2023 World Cup, India had travelled everywhere. I think more than 15,000 kilometers,
Abhishek, they can
9
still
venues.
feel, Abhishek, they can still say, after all, it's your home ground. Now, if it is so easy and simple to win on your home ground, why is it that Pakistan couldn't win 2 out of 2? They could they played like one match at home, the other one couldn't be played. But why are you not winning at home? And Pakistan's home record is terrible. So they are the last people who should accuse any team of having anything called home advantage, because Dubai and Sharjah, they've been more of home grounds for Pakistan than India. So and it's the same Pakistani team which beat India in Dubai the last time they played in a 20-over game by 10 wickets. New Zealand beat us by 8 wickets. So between 2 Sundays we could get only 2 wickets in 2 matches. 10 wicket loss, 8 wicket loss. Nobody remembers that. Now you suddenly say, oh, India is in its comfort zone. Of course we are. But the point is, it's not an unfair advantage, and you knew it beforehand. If you had to have objections, you could have and should have raised it earlier. Not now, not after losing the game, not on the eve of the final, and that too after you knew exactly how it was going to pan out. What if India had lost 2 matches? Then nobody would have spoken about it. So it is being wise after the event, and I think I for one will never subscribe to this view that Indians are going to reach. I mean, Indians reached this far, or India is going to go on to win the final based on this unfair advantage.
But forget the pitch, Rakesh ji. I mean, is it advantage India? The kind of cricket that they have been playing, and a major development from India versus New Zealand league game is that Kane Williamson and Rachin Ravindra, they all have hit 100. Both of them have hit 100.
Abhishek, again, I will not give too much of value to those, like those runs, because those runs came on absolute flat surfaces.
Lahore.
Now, Indian attack is not going to give them pace. See the difference. They are coming here on the back of a 100 partnership, and they also scored hundreds. So confidence is high, no question about it. But can they just cut and paste the same formula here? No. Here the surface is different, the quality of spinners are different, and this is a big final. So a lot of variables here. So they can't just say that, okay, we are, we are going to be here and we are going to win. Yes, the interesting part would be, if they win the toss, what will they do? Because so far India has chased down totals thrice. And they have defended only once, and that too against New Zealand. So New Zealand knew exactly what they were going to do, because they pulled India out of its comfort zone, made them bat first, and still lost the match. They could just score over 200 runs, So it will be very interesting. If they let India chase, based on again what they did in the last game, because they set a huge total of 350 plus. So riding on that confidence, they'll be tempted to bat first, but knowing India's ability to chase down totals, so they'll be in some sort of like a fix. But having said that, I'll still feel that New Zealand, given a choice, I think they're going to bat first.
And we will also talk about Virat Kohli, because Virat Kohli's injury scare is, haunting many of the fans as well as the experts. What do you think? What happens today? Because we are yet to get the playing 11. The toss is about to happen in just 15 minutes from now. What do you have to say about so far Virat Kohli's performance, when we say it, and what we are expecting from him today?
What do you expect from him? I mean, you expect runs. No, you know what? See, Indians as a unit, if you see, they don't hold any surprises for the opposition. They have a ready-made template. They have an opener in Rohit, whose job is to go and hit and hit. If he hits, it looks good. If he gets out, you'll say, oh, he shouldn't have tried this shot.
Right.
On the other hand, you have a Shubman Gill, who is not as flamboyant as Rohit. He doesn't look as flashy, but he's very effective. His job is to find the gaps, which he does so well. He strokes the ball, he times the ball, unlike Rohit. Then you have Virat, who comes in, and his job is to stay in the middle.
Right.
He doesn't have to hit 4s and 6s. His job is to take singles, ensure that his presence gives enough confidence.
Rakesh, here is his record also while chasing. I mean, he averages over 60 while chasing.
Yeah. I mean, that is phenomenal. I mean, we all know that, the way he has actually scored his runs, that's also because he can afford to do that. And I think it's a very specified role for him. That is, his job is to stick around, bat as long as he can. Nobody is complaining if he hits only four fours in his 50, as long as he's going, like run a ball. But his job is to stay there as long as possible. Let people like, people like Shreyas, Akshar, and everybody who comes later, like Rohit, then again, somebody like Ravindra Jadeja. They all are supposed to rally around him, score at a faster pace, and let Virat be. And Virat is the one who is going to give you the strike because he's very good in rotating the strike. So this template is ready. The opposition knows it. Indians know how to execute it. So that's what the trick is all about. So Virat has a role to play, no question about it. When you compare him to Rohit, I mean, I think Virat holds a huge advantage because his role is not to attack. His role is to stay.
Indeed.
And build. Whereas Rohit's job is to give you a start, be it a 20, 30, 40, 50 start. Nobody's complaining. So his job is to go after the fast bowlers, destroy the field as soon as possible, make the most of the first 60 balls. If he lasts those 60 balls, trust me, we'll have a 70 or 80 on the board.
Yes, and we also have a story on Virat
Talking
Kohli.
about Virat Kohli, and ahead of today's super finale clash between India and New Zealand, there are a lot of hopes from Virat Kohli as well, considering the kind of records he created so far at this edition of Champions Trophy 2025. Let's now take a look at Virat's stupendous journey at the Champions Trophy 2025 edition.
India roared into the finals of the ICC Champions Trophy on Tuesday after beating Australia by 4 wickets at Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Interestingly, one player consistently held the ground, delivering masterclass knocks and chasing down the highest ever score against Australia in the knockout stages of ICC ODI events. From taking Indian team into the finals of this tournament to achieving several milestones, it is indeed true that there is a lot of cricket left in him. And we are talking about none other than King Virat Kohli. Let's now take a look at the journey of the star batter in this tournament. Virat Kohli scored 22 against Bangladesh in group stage encounter on the 20th of February. Against Pakistan, he scored 100 in the group stage on the 23rd of February. Against New Zealand, he made 11 in the group stage on the 2nd of March. And against the semi-final clash against Australia, he scored 84. Marking the 74th ODI half-century of his career, Virat Kohli attained several new landmarks through the course of his latest appearance for Team India. In the process, Virat Kohli soared past Sachin Tendulkar in the highest number of 50-plus scores in ICC ODI events. Tendulkar has 23 50-plus scores, while Virat Kohli now has 24 such scores to his name. Virat Kohli became the first cricketer in the history to breach the 1,000 run mark in such scenarios. He now holds 1,023 runs across all knockout matches of ICC ODI tournaments. Virat Kohli became India's leading run-getter in ICC Champions Trophy's history, going past Shikhar Dhawan's tally. And he currently sits on an illustrious pile of 746 runs from 16 innings. Virat Kohli joined Sachin Tendulkar as only the second batter to cross 8,000 runs in ODI run chases in just 170 matches. Virat Kohli won his 7th player of the match in ICC ODI events, which is the 3rd most by any player. Kohli became the fielder with the 2nd most number of catches in ODI history, surpassing Ricky Ponting's feat of 160. Virat Kohli also became the fastest batter to reach the milestone of 14,000 ODI runs, getting there in his 287th innings in the Champions Trophy.
विराट ने बहुत ही शानदार पारी खेली और वो ऐसी पारियां देश के लिए बहुत सारी खेल चुका है, सभी जानते हैं, तभी सब उसको इतना ज्यादा लाइक करते हैं, इतना प्यार करते हैं और उनको किंग कोहली कहा जाता है, क्योंकि बड़े स्टेज पे जब भी बड़ा मैच होता है, मैंने हमेशा कहा है कि वो बड़े मैच का बड़ा प्लेयर है.
I came from India just for the game today. It's fantastic. I'm going back to catch the flight. Such a fantastic experience. Virat has been all over RC bowling. It's awesome to be here today.
Now with India entering the super finale of the Champions Trophy, a lot will be at stake for Rohit and co and a lot of expectations from King Kohli as well. With inputs from Faiz Khan, DD India.
And now let's get you a quick look at the most wickets taken so far at this edition of Champions Trophy. Interestingly, Matt Henry of New Zealand tops the chart, having taken 10 wickets across 4 matches. 2 Indian players grabbed the second and third spot, and Mohammad Shami at number 2 position with 8 wickets in 4 matches, and Varun Chakravarti at third spot with 7 wickets in 2 games. So this is the list. Afghanistan and Australia players secure 4th and 5th spot. It will be interesting to see. Matt Henry got injured in the last game. We'll get to know in 7-8 minutes whether he is part of the finals or not. But yes, Mohammad Shami has been doing well. 8 wickets in 4 matches so far. And we'll go across to our correspondents now. DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya is with us, and we'll go to Mumbai also. Shama Mishra is also with us. Tapas, I'll come to you first. Any team that can compete with India right now is of course New Zealand, and we are expecting a good encounter.
Hello.
All right, we'll go to Mumbai. Shama is with us. Shama, we can see fans with you, behind you. In fact, ask them, are they all set to watch the big game?
Well, yes, Mumbai is all set to watch the big game, and while we were coming on the way, we did see there were so many tournaments organized by various colonies and societies to cheer India and to be a part of the Indian team. Right now, I am at Worli's, one particular Maidan, where people in large numbers, even the kids are here to cheer India, and in some time they'll all be going to their houses to watch it on TV. Let's talk to these kids first. How are you going to celebrate, and how are you going to cheer India?
First, I will talk about the celebrate. If the India will win, I will celebrate by burning the crackers. And second point, by supporting. I will cheer up and I will enjoy. And even the Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. And even when the Virat Kohli will make a century, he will cross above the 52 century, above the Sachin Tendulkar's. And I will say Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Okay, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and Virat Kohli is everybody's most loved. How are you celebrating? And you're wearing the jersey. How are you cheering India?
I will cheer India, and I will support.
See the
Virat
difference
Kohli,
between two kids?
And I will and I will cheer India, and I will support Virat Kohli.
Okay, so everybody is supporting Virat Kohli. How are you, being part of this particular, match which is going to create history?
Actually, I love to see this match because the ICC tournament is going on. India never lost a single match also. And we saw the Pakistan with the India was going on. We enjoy. My daughter is so happy. She was jumping in the bed. Okay. And this is a final match. We was very exciting to see this match. We're going to win the match. We're going to burn the cracker. We decided already. We just brought and keep in the home also. Okay. And very happy to you also come, and we just taking something.
All right. So how are you celebrating it? And before the match, how excited are you? And what do you think is going to happen in the match today?
एक्चुअली इंडिया अभी तक कोई भी मैच हार नहीं सका है अभी तक, लेकिन फिर भी अगर पीछे का हम लोग देख सकते हैं तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के सामने लास्ट टाइम बहुत बुरी तरह आ रहे थे, जिसका डर हर एक हमारे दिल में है, लेकिन वो होना चाहिए, यही भी हमारी भावना है। और इसके लिए रोहित को 10-12 ओवर तो कम से कम खेलना चाहिए। अगर वो खेल के जाता है तो हमारा एवरेज 8-9 से आगे निकल जाता है। बाकी श्रेयस अय्यर बेस्ट है या विराट कोहली ऑन द रोल है या जो भी है, लेकिन न्यूजीलैंड को कम लेकर अच्छी बात है। केन विलियम्स है, रचित वेरी गुड फॉर्म में है, तो खेल ऐसा होना चाहिए कि सब देख सके, लेकिन जीतना इंडिया को है, बस हमारी यही ख्वाहिश है ताकि हम लोग इसका एंजॉय और सेलिब्रेशन कर सके.
So they can celebrate, and a very good way of seeing the match here, that they are supporting India and they are also positive of the win, but at the same time they are not over positive or overconfident that they are taking New Zealand at ease,
Right.
because we have seen a history where New Zealand has given tough fight to India. So yes, everybody is excited, Mumbai is excited, and while they wait for the match to begin, they are continuing their own match. And like I mentioned, that everybody at their own
Super,
maidans are
Sharma.
celebrating by playing their crickets, their Shota cricket, and wearing the Indian jersey.
All right, we also have Taposh Bhattacharya with us. Taposh, we are just few minutes away from the much-awaited toss. It is going to be a crucial factor ahead of India versus New Zealand super clash that is going to that is about to begin. Rather, what do you have to say about India's form so far, which has been filled with victory, and New Zealand coming on the back of one loss so far? Tapas. There seems to be a connectivity issue with Taposh Bhattacharya getting through, but there you saw the celebratory visuals and how the kids are already in the excitement mode there in Mumbai.
He's connected now,
we would, Tapas, can you get our audio now? All right, Sharma, coming back to you, we were talking about Virat Kohli. There's an update that Virat Kohli can be seen practicing, which means he's sure of playing today. Earlier, there were injury scares for that. How are you supporting the team today, and who is the favourite player that you're looking forward to today? Sharma.
Well, obviously it has to be Virat Kohli, and like all the girls over here are crazy about Virat Kohli. It's Virat Kohli, and I'll also show you another girl over here. She's all dressed like the Indian tricolour, and this is all a way of supporting India. How are you supporting India, and what do you think will happen today?
It will be like very amazing, and also India will win, and they will try their best, and they will hard work, and I also support Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. All the best for this India.
Okay, all of you all say all the best to India.
All the best to India. Hindustan Zindabad.
Okay, so they have given their all the best wishes to India, and now we are all awaiting for the toss and waiting how India will perform. And obviously, it's one wish that India wins this particular match.
To you, and ahead of this India super finale in the ICC Men's Champions Trophy against New Zealand in Dubai, cricket fans in Kanpur performed a havan for their team's victory. For millions, cricket is more than a sport and a religious event as well in India. Their faith and culture intertwine. The players reflect the nation's collective peace. India will start the game as favourites, but New Zealand would be no walkovers. New Zealand have troubled India in the past ICC events as well. India, though, have a better team given the conditions, and if they play well, it should be a tough one for New Zealand to get over them. We are just few seconds away from the much-awaited toss to take place, and before that, let's quickly take the fans' reaction as well, as Indian cricket fans are now looking forward to the most awaited final showdown at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium.
Yes, Indian cricket fans look forward to the most awaited final showdown at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Cricket fans across the country, or rather globe, await their team to bring the Champions Trophy home.
Cheer for India, Team India. Hopefully they'll bring the trophy home.
Big game for me, for India. Again, two big boys. We are here for Rohit and Virat. This could be one of their final games or ICC championship game. So we are here all for them, and we expect them to score centuries today.
We will want all the spinners to do well. I think Varun will play a key role, especially, and also Kuldeep. I'm thinking these two guys should have the key for the middle overs because New Zealand does play spin well, and also it depends on how our batsmen do well against Santner, because he's bowling really well. So let's look out for the key matchups there, and hopefully we'll come out on the positive side.
Always we expect something big from Virat Kohli, of course, and we will win. Rohit and Virat, both centuries.
Rohit century, Rohit century. Virat century. Hardik Pandya 6 sixes.
We are very much excited for India, and I hope like India would do well and like will take home the trophy.
Go India, go. India, 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 India.
We are supporting for India.
India.
Yes, and we are moments away from the toss. It's already time. I don't know why it's getting delayed. But Rakesh ji, if India wins the toss, hopefully they do. But bat first or fielding?
Chase.
Okay.
Chase. That's what I
think. Because they are good chasers?
No, because they are in their comfort zone.
Okay.
Because they have seen this, you know, that they can chase down things, be it a 250, 260, and this is a good attack. So what India should be wary of is that this team, if the target, suppose India chases, if the target looks like say 270, you have to work hard as much as you would normally do for 300 runs, because New Zealand is a great fielding side. Yeah. They're going to cut down at least 30-40 runs. What would otherwise be a 3 will be converted into a 2. 2s will be converted into 1s. So Indians know it, you know, because New Zealand is a great fielding side. They hold their catches well. So against a side which is so well-rounded, they can bat well, you know, and it is a better fielding side than India. Let me be very, very categorical about it. So that is where they hold a very slight edge. But Indians, should they chase it down, again, make sure that you don't lose more than a wicket in the first 10 overs and build on it. Because we I think perpetually we've been losing 2 wickets in the first 10 overs. Then again you see a little, you know, kind of a pressure on India. But having said that, if one of the 2 guys go on a roll, and you know, much like the match against Australia, where Indians didn't lose more than a wicket at one time, but trouble will be if India loses 2 wickets or 3 wickets in the space of say 30-40 runs, like we saw 30 for 3, you know, and then from there we had to really struggle. So the idea is to hold on to your wickets, because you have the ability to go on and you can bat and you can really do well there. But the point is, hold on to the wickets, and when you're fielding, everything else looks fine to me, but only the number of boundaries that we end up concede.
Yeah, I'll stop you for here. New Zealand have won the toss and they have decided to bat first. So India will be chasing, that's what we wanted also.
Exactly.
And
I expected India to chase.
A blessing in disguise for
just what we were talking about, Abhishek, that I said they will not be getting out of their comfort zone just because they want India to be out of it. They've just scored 350 odd runs batting first, so they've actually done that. And in the previous game against India, they chose to chase. So they are now trying to remain in their comfort zone. Indians know what needs to be done. So about 15 straight losses of tosses for Rohit. I mean, he must be having that wry smile on his face, I'm sure.
We have Mohammad Shami with us. We have Varun Chakravarti also. How prepared is the New Zealand side right now? Because we heard Mitchell Santner also talking about they call Varun as a threat, but they also say that they are equally prepared for it. But
absolutely. See, New Zealand is a prepared side. New Zealand, unlike most of the teams, they don't come, they are not in your face. They don't intimidate to you. They are the kind of team which is very, very organized. They're very, very effective. They don't go for these flamboyance, and they're not flashy either. So such teams are dangerous. They know their job, and they know how important it is to win, because they don't get too many opportunities. If you see the calendar, New Zealand doesn't play as much as India. But as and when they have the opportunity, they do it. They have a small pool of players. Their domestic structure is not as good as India. They know all that. But since they have faced all these guys in the IPL, that's why the confidence is there. A Williamson or or any of these guys who have played in the IPL will know that in subcontinent's wickets how to face the the turning ball. And also when they practice each net session, I think they must have really worked hard to make sure that the spinners bowl more, and they know how to face the turning ball.
And there's good news for India also. Unfortunately, Matt Henry has been ruled out. So we have got, they are playing Nathan Smith, who is an all-rounder. So that's a big jolt for New Zealand.
Yeah, I mean, jolt in the sense that they have the people to do the job. But at the same time, yes, if he's an all-rounder, that means that Indians will have to get that one extra guy out. But Matt Henry, I think he took 5 wickets against India.
Yes.
Here only.
Highest wicket taker also in the
highest wicket taker. So Matt Henry, of course, we all thought that he wouldn't be able to make it. But that now that we have received the confirmation, but I think Indians were already prepared for it. But now the job is to ensure that Indians contain them. Don't let too many balls cross the ropes in the first 10 overs. There lies the key, because in comparison, if we have a good start when we chase, I think that is going to be a huge difference. But as long as you can close those gaps, make sure that you don't give them the opportunity to hit over the top in the first 10 overs, I think Indians will be in control.
We will talk about Rachin Ravindra as well, but before that, let's connect with the reporters who are joining us from Ground Zero. Taposh Bhattacharya stays with us from New Delhi. We also have with us Shabir Dar, who's joining us from Kashmir. Taposh, if you're getting my audio now, the toss result is out, and a lot is expected rather from Team India. What do you have to say about India's winning streak so far? New Zealand coming at the back of 1 loss, and the building confidence, and the fact that Matt Henry has been ruled out now. Tapas.
Well, there are 3 points you mentioned, Deepika. Let me just start with the first. The first point is that Indian team, would like to take the revenge or avenge the defeat in the 2000 Champions Trophy. That was the inaugural Champions Trophy that took place in Nairobi in Kenya. And at that time, remember, it was a time that Saurav Ganguly was building that team, and they were defeated right in the final. So that's what India has a chance to avenge that. The second aspect, is that in a few of the tournaments, especially the 2019 semi-final, World Cup semi-final, if you remember, New Zealand defeated India on that day. It was a heartbreak. It actually ended, MS Dhoni's international career. And from there, if you take a close look at the World Test Championship also, India was defeated by New Zealand in that final. So it's a love-hate relationship, but New Zealand are what you call the gentlemen of international cricket, and even if you lose to in New Zealand, you don't feel that bad. But this is going to be one hell of a match, because in the matches, in the league matches, India defeated New Zealand, and they would like to keep that momentum going in the final. At the same time, India does have that firepower, especially the spin firepower, given the fact that they have the spin quartet going up, and it's a great way to showcase their team. In fact, in all the matches so far in Dubai International, we have seen the pitches suiting India's type of bowling. If you take a close look at the way India has been playing, you will be reminded of the way the 90s international cricket was played in the 90s. You do score 250, 260, maximum 270, and then your spinners work their magic on the slow and low surfaces. Here the same thing that is happening. So it will be interesting to see how the Indian spinners and New Zealand spinners go about their work. A lot will depend on Kane Williamson. If he can negate Varun Chakravarti's mystery spin, that would be interesting to see. In that particular match, only Kane Williamson looked to be in control. So a lot will be up to him. Now, again, we have to look at how Indian batters will bat. Rohit Sharma's work will be cut out. He needs to get that tempo to Indian team. He will like to go with that pinch hitting sort of a mentality. Shreyas Iyer has been a revelation in this tournament. So is Virat Kohli. Not for anything he's called the chase master. He has shown in this tournament why he is one of the most one of the most accomplished batsmen in the modern day history, in modern day ODI cricket, to be called the chase master. And at the same time, you have the Indian batting lineup. You have the batting lineup all the way down to 8 numbers. So we have the firepower, bowling firepower. We have the batting firepower. And it is how you can control that emotion and the pressure on that particular day. Now again, Matt Henry is not there in the playing 11, but again I believe that handling a player of Matt Henry caliber is not that it's not going to be much of a problem. But the change.
Yes, Tapas
the
only
Indian
one
team hasn't yet actually
ICC
seen.
trophy
So
for
it would be
New
interesting
Zealand
to see how they
in
go about
25
it.
years in white ball. 2015 final you mentioned, 2019 final also, fourth ODI final for New Zealand. We'll come back to you. Stay with us. We'll go across to Jammu and Kashmir now. Shabir Dar is with us. Shabir, how's the buzz there ahead of the finals?
Yeah, it is a huge excitement in Kashmir. From the early morning, I have seen youngsters, particularly the children, having rooting hugely for the team India, and particularly for Virat Kohli and Mohammad Shami, who is obviously the highest wicket taker in the ICC events. So Virat and Shami are the favorites here, but the Varun Chakravarti has been in the buzz in Kashmir because the youngsters are seeing to him because he is going to make some magic in this final as he has been doing in the previous matches. So obviously huge excitement and enthusiasm among cricket lovers and fans of the team India, because they want that the Champions Trophy should come home and the team led by by our captain should bring the trophy back home. Yes.
Right, Shabir. Rakeshji, there were talks in the last game that India could have bowled the second over with Varun Chakravarti instead of Hardik Pandya. You think that's a viable option? India can think of that?
Why? I don't understand.
No, but
because,
instead of
no. Because why I'm saying this is Hardik is meant to bowl those 4-5 overs.
Okay.
And with the new ball, allow him to do what he can do. With that this thing ball, because see, once the field is out, then it is always better for the spinner to bowl more number of overs because he bowls a maximum of 10. So out of those 10 overs, let any spinner bowl as many overs between 11 and 40 or even 11 and 45. That is even better. Why do you want him to come so early? What are we trying to do? We are trying to surprise a bowler. I mean, the top two, but they will like it because the ball is hard.
Okay.
The spinner is not going to get as much, like revolutions on that. So it's always better for the bowler. I mean,
because of the Varun's variations maybe, and
variations,
because the wicket is bone dry. So I mean,
bone dry. All the more reason. More reason not to let a spinner bowl.
Not with the new ball.
Not with the new ball, because let the ball get roughed up a bit. Let it grip a little better because it's a bone dry surface. So I mean, if I were to take a call, I would always say let the fast bowlers bowl as many quickly, but bowl to the field.
Let Hardik Pandya bowl for 5 overs.
Hardik has variety. Hardik is, see, he doesn't have pace. He's got more control. Shami is an attacking one. Likely that Shami will go for more runs. If he's not pitching the ball right, he's likely to concede more runs. Now, that's why I say go with your plan. Have first 8 overs of pace. Don't concede boundaries. As many, I mean, if you can control it, of course, ball is going to fly around. But at the same time, you have to ensure that you don't concede those big hits in the first 10 overs. Thereafter, you will be in control because your template is that. You have the luxury of bowling 40 overs of spin. Which team can have it? 40 overs of quality spin. It is not that somebody who can bat is just bowling a bit. No, all these guys can walk into a playing 11 as specialist spinners. So when you have the advantage, make the most of it.
When we talk about Team New Zealand also, sir, Rachin Ravindra has really been the new find when we talk about at the block. His 2 centuries at this particular edition of Champions Trophy and the kind of tremors he's sending all across, not just India, but to the other teams as well with his performance. How do you see him as a threat for Team India in today's match?
See, that youngster is huge on confidence. He's really riding a high. He has the strokes. He is the sort of guy who knows how to hit over the top. He's the sort of guy, he can, tap the ball between gaps, send it, racing. He, for me, I mean, his name itself, Rachin, a mix of Rahul Dravid and Sachin, the way his parents had actually, thought of. This guy has the game. Now, the point is, he'll have to adjust. He's too young to, make those adjustments in a hurry. But if he can do that against this attack, it will be fantastic for his team. But he has made these runs in Pakistan. Again, surface is different, as I keep saying, where he has scored against faster bowlers who are giving you pace. Indians will not give them pace. Right. And on this wicket, even if the bowlers are a bit here and there, they have their, they have the resources to bounce back. They can trap him back. And that is where Rachin has to be careful. And of course, with Kane Williamson around at the other end, a lot can happen. So what I'm saying is, let these two guys not come together.
Right,
indeed. That is one way. Get rid of Rachin first.
All right.
Get Williamson in. Get him too. Don't let him spend too much time in the middle.
As we promised to our viewers that we're going to bring the momentum live from different parts of the nation, let's now go live across to Chennai, where Ritesh Ranjan is joining us. Ritesh, how's the excitement building there in Chennai ahead of the super finale? We are just 16 minutes away from the grand match, which is going to set off kickoff at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Ritesh.
Well, Deepika, here excitement is too much, but then it's because of heat. Excitement is going bit down because there is an arrangement made up here near Marina Beach, where a big screen is there. Wow. And people are coming actually from across the city to the Marina Beach, but it will take time to get the momentum, because when the people are still yet to come and crowd, I'm not able to see the much crowd, but it's because of heat. But I see that people in the houses, they are focusing on the monitor, their TV screen, and they're eyeing on that, and most of the cricket fans, which I spoke to them while coming here. So it seems that they're more confident that India will win the cup this time. And why? The reason behind it is that performance of Indian team is very high and good in last few matches they have seen. So they're very much confident that they can win the cup.
All right, Ritesh, thank you for your inputs. But Tapas Bhattacharya continues to stay with us from Delhi. Tapas, pitch will favour the spinners. New Zealand, they are batting first. What is the pass score here at Dubai International Cricket Stadium?
One believes that anything over 260 will be a good score to defend. But again, we have to see how does New Zealand batsman cope up. I have with me one of the guy who's been he's a cricket buff. He's been talking about cricket a lot. Just out of India or New Zealand, obviously you will be rooting for India. But what are New Zealand chances and India's chances?
I don't know much about cricket, but it is a game. I love India, so I would like India to win. And I don't know much about cricket.
Okay. He's saying that he doesn't know much about the game, but because he's he's supporting Indian team, he will be rooting for Team India. But as I was mentioning, 250, 260 is going to be a good score. But again, given the fact that both teams has good spinners, and especially you have to understand India as going ahead with 4 spinners, frontline spinners who can also bat a lot. So bowling all-rounders in the team will give that depth to Indian team. Definitely going into this particular match, India is considered.
But Tapas, somebody is there behind you, I think. But somebody is there behind you. They love cricket, I think. It seems.
You see, fans, Virat Kohli fans are all here. All Virat Kohli fans.
Yeah, we are always. We are always our team fan.
सर मेरा नाम दीपक झा है और मैं दिल्ली का ही रहने वाला हूँ. हम इस बारी जिस तरह से वर्ल्ड कप लेके आए थे, इस तरह से चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी भी हमारे घर में आएगी, क्योंकि दुबई में आज तक हम मैच नहीं हारे. और किंग कोहली भैया 200 रन मारेंगे, 200 रन. किंग कोहली.
He gave an important point here. We haven't lost in Dubai, but let me just okay, before I start, I just wanted to tell them I'm getting a bit of a audio fallback. So if the engineer can reduce the audio fallback. Now I can tell you something very interesting. In India, in the ICC knockout matches, have defeated New Zealand only once. Remember, in the ICC final, semi-final, the knockout matches of ICC tournaments, thrice they have lost to India, New Zealand. So it will be interesting to see how India, play this particular match. As I said, the rub of the green is going to India's way. They have won all the matches so far. India has, on paper, looked to be the most balanced side with 4 spinners, 4 spinners who can bat a bat bit. So on paper it looks good. Also, Virat Kohli is in a great form. Shreyas Iyer has been, if you take a close look at Shreyas Iyer, he has been the revelation in this particular tournament. In fact, 2022 onwards, he is one of those prolific scorers. not just for India, but globally. If you take a close look at the runs and the averages, you will find him right at the top. So those numbers are quite right up there. Now, again, you have to give credit where it is due. Rohit Sharma may not have got the runs, at the top of the order, but he has provided the team with a blistering start. So, a lot will be, hinge on him. And how Indian batsmen, especially Shreyas Iyer, Virat Kohli, Hardik Pandya handles Mitchell Santner and Bracewell, that will be something to watch out for. If Indian batsmen can handle the spinners, we will have a cracker of a match on our sleeve. But as I said, both teams are quite balanced.
And indeed, Taposh, Havans and Pujas are continuously going on. Ahead of the match, well, New Zealand coach Gary Stead said that the team's training and preparations for this tournament are currently in full swing. Let's take a listen to Gary Stead on what he said so far ahead of the tournament.
Couple of days now of a little bit of recovery and a little bit of planning and training towards the game, but I guess we're deep into the tournament now, and sometimes it's not always a lot of training that you need. It's just getting your body and your mind right to compete in the final, and that will be our key focus.
Although New Zealand will be batting first, but one of the key fielders for New Zealand would be Glenn Phillips, who has had more touches in the field than any other player during this tournament and has a 100% catch success rate, despite fielding in the most difficult positions. New Zealand coach Gary Stead said Glenn Phillips has a unique ability to lift himself off the ground.
He's strong. He loves fielding as much as anyone that I've seen. He practices it regularly, and he's got that, I guess, unique ability to get himself off the ground, and it seems to stick more times than it doesn't. So. Look, he's a fantastic fielder.
And New Zealand's coach Gary Stead said Kane Williamson is a person who can rise at big occasions and has proven himself many a times as well.
He's a guy that rises for the big occasion, and he's done it many times for New Zealand in the past. And look, cricket's a game, runs aren't guaranteed, but I know that Kane will be doing everything he can to prepare to score well, and he's one of those unique individuals, I think, around the world that has that ability to adapt to different services, and he seems to be able to do that faster than many other players. So, look, fingers crossed from our perspective that Kane has a big day. But look, I think from our perspective, we've got 11 guys in the team that we think all deserve to be there, or 15 in our squad that all have a right to be in the starting lineup as well. And But with Kane, look, I mean, he's a special player for us, and we're thankful to have him in our squad.
An Indian spinner Varun Chakravarti announced his arrival in style in Champions Trophy when he returned with 5 wickets in a Group A encounter against the same team, New Zealand. Coach Gary Stead said Varun is sure a class spinner and will likely pose difficulty for New Zealand in the finals.
He's a class bowler. He obviously showed his skills against us last time, and he's a big threat in the game. So we'll be putting our thinking caps on around how we nullify that and how we can still score runs against him.
When we talk about India's spinners, India's 4 spinners have so far produced 21 wickets at this particular edition of Champions Trophy. And Rohit Sharma is also really looking forward to this final victory, because there are a lot of questions on his retirement plans as well when we talk about his performance. And with the victory, if India happens to win today, Rohit Sharma will become the second captain to win 2 ICC Champions Trophy. But how sure are we of Rohit Sharma here, considering his past performances, although this trick has really treated all the Indian fans so far?
Deepika, I'm a huge believer in law of averages, and that favors Rohit. A big innings is due from him, and this is the occasion.
Right.
If he can just taper it just a bit, he needs to just ensure that. Of course, he knows it best. If he can see off the good deliveries and not just charge them, if he can do that, stay around for 10-12 overs, he would have done the job for India. That is his role. But if he can stay longer, he will butcher any attack. And with like Matt Henry not around, New Zealand will not be as comfortable, because so far Matt has led the way. He has shown the way. He has given them the kind of breakthroughs up front. He has come back in the second spell, wiped off the tail. But without Matt Henry, this New Zealand team looks a little, on the softer side. But talking about Rohit, I think Rohit knows exactly what needs to be done. But then, this media talk and the ex-cricketers indulging in this kind of a time pass where they keep talking about that Rohit should retire. Why should you even contemplate?
Sir, I'm sorry, we'll come back to you. We have a reporter joining us. Subina Roy is joining us from Assam. Subina, how's the buzz there ahead of the big match?
Right, Abhishek, it's a golden moment for India, and it's not just about excitement in Dubai International Stadium, but it's all over India. People are so much excited about the matches. People, in talking about Dibrugarh, many places they have put out projectors, for the match. The projectors are put up in IMA and across various stations in Chowkidingi. I'm here at Chowkidingi, and let us ask some of the cricket fans, about their excitement about. So, what are your expectations from today's match?
India will win the match today because India have added advantage. India have Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. The two players will be going to fire today. They will fire today, and India will win.
So there are also, it's being said that it's a ground field, for the Indian cricket team. So what is your take on that?
No, India will today win the match because India played in the Dubai and the conditions are very similar to India, like India. So India will win the match today.
All right,
and
Subina.
Virat Kohli and Rohit will fire.
All right, Subina, thank you so much for joining us and bringing us the excitement there from Dibrugarh. And thank you so much, Sharma Mishra from Mumbai. Thank you so much, Tapush Bhattacharya from Delhi. And thanks a ton, sir, Mr. Rakesh Rao, for joining us and bringing us such a rounded perspective ahead of today's super finale between India and New Zealand.
Thanks a ton for having me on the show. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's all we have in this edition of Clash of the Titans, but we'll be back again at around 6:30 p.m. for the mid-innings analysis. Thanks for watching Clash of the Titans.
Namaskar.
There are people across the country and among industry sectors who are trying to make things better, rethinking the way we live.